Mr. Manicure, to talk to you about white bread and how evil white bread is. White bread is probably the most evil substance on earth. And I know you don't want to hear that. And I'll tell you why you don't want to hear that, and that's because you are addicted to it. I can almost guarantee you, if you are overweight at all, you love white bread. White bread is the drug of choice for coping with emotional problems. And we have to discuss this because this is probably the reason that 80% of Americans are overweight. And I'll tell you, there are that small few that for some reason they get upset, like me, when I have an argument, or my wife's mad at me, or I'm stressed out, or whatever. That's one of the things that you feel like you want to rush to. And maybe it's not even bread, but pasta. Anything white flour is in. We can go on and on about this. Even breads that have, they say it's whole grain. You got to read the label, because they'll call it whole grain, and you'll look at the label, and if it doesn't say stoned, ground whole grain, it's not. Ezekiel bread in your frozen food section, now that's real whole grain bread, and you will notice the difference when you eat that. And you'll say, but hey, Mr. Manic, listen, this bread that I buy is only 40 calories, and in Ezekiel bread there's 80 calories. Right. Trust me. Eat the extra 40 calories. Do not mess with white bread. Anything with white bread is a nightmare. And to prove it to yourself, if you want to try this. In fact, a lot of people I talk to, one of the things I say is, I mention, try to give up white bread. You should see the looks like it. There's like no way they're going to do that. And it's because their body is literally addicted to it. In fact, if you take white bread, I'll give you a chance. Take white bread out of your life for 3 days, okay? And see how you feel. You will go through withdrawals. You will definitely experience withdrawals. You will try to sleep at night. On the first or second night, you will likely have like restless leg syndrome. You will just feel awful. You will notice attitude problems. You will be just not in a good mood, and you will go through hell. If you're one of the lucky few, like at the top 10, 20%ers, whatever, people that don't feel withdrawals, you're so lucky. And if you probably are saying right now, yeah, that's you don't have a problem with white bread, you're probably the person that absolutely positively has a problem with white bread, because you're immediately trying to say, no, it's not me, and you need to try it. And then ask yourself this, think about those foods that you crave or that you use to cope with things, because that's where the heart of the problem is. You need to find a way to switch out those kind of foods with something else. And I'm not even going to say don't eat when you're emotional. Of course, that's a great goal to set for yourself. Everybody wants to not eat when they're emotional. But there's going to be times when you're going to be like, you know what, screw it. I am going to eat because I don't feel good right now. And if you do, those are the real focus points where you need to kind of like get a better choice of foods to have during that time. Because it's not a matter of if you're going to do it, it's a matter of when you're going to do it. And when you do it, you need to be able to make the right choice. That is definitely a way. And you want to steer clear of them binge foods, because here's the other thing. Like, once you have it, I was going to show you something. This bar thing I eat sometimes just to kind of get through. But when you're going to have it, when you have that white bread, your binge, that white bread's going to make you bingy. You're going to be like, screw it, I already messed up. Now I'm just going to go crazy and eat a whole bunch of food. And you don't want to do that. I would love to hear from you out there. Tell me about your experiences. If you get a chance, leave some comments in that box down below and share your issues with white bread, or try to get off of it and let me know if you felt withdrawals and what kind of withdrawals were you experiencing, because I think a lot of people are experiencing it. If you can kick that white bread problem, your life is going to become so much easier at becoming a healthy weight you want to be, or just even living and feeling great, forget the weight, you know. Even if you're not trying to lose weight, what if you just want to get mentally, you know, be more stable mentally? That white bread is like, it's legal heroin, I think. You know, it's a big problem, and I just want to, you know, tell you, trust me on this one. That has been one of my biggest problems, and lots of people out there I've talked to, it's been a big problem for them. White bread is evil, okay? Make no mistake about it, okay? Evil. All right, I just want to tell you to be giving, stay riveting, keep living, and share forward your successes with others. Thanks for listening to this video, and this is Mr. Manic, and I'll catch up with you next time.